Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to one and all. Another night at the opera. This evening we've got the competition, as you all know. So we'll explain a little bit more about it in a short while. Just testing one or two settings at the moment. Yeah, everything's looking okay. So just say hello to those people who are signed in. If anybody else is watching, if you could just put your name in the chat so I can say hello to you. It's always nice to know who we've got with us this evening. So just so that I know, can you hear me okay? Just put a quick yes if you can hear me okay. So a few hellos. Hi Jill. Jill was first. She got pole position on the front seat. Graham H is sat at side of her. Who came next? Sue. Hi Sue. Welcome to all three of you. Sounds okay. No vision. No, you haven't got any vision. You've just got the Dunham Camera Club logo, etc., just for a start. So what I thought we could do is, if anybody instead of me rambling at this early stage, if anybody's got any quick photographic question or photography questions, just jot them down in the chat and I'll see if I can answer anything. So as I say, if anybody's got any questions, just take this 10 minutes up whilst we're waiting. Just jot your question in the chat there. Right, a few more people just popped in. Doreen, hi Doreen. Caroline, good evening Caroline. No doubt Dave with you. Yes, yeah, both of you there. Hi Ray. Just wondering whether I'm on the big telly or the tablet or the laptop. Whatever, it doesn't matter, you're here. Paul, hi Paul, good evening to you. Nick Cam, hi. Welcome Alan. Hi Viv. Who else haven't I seen? Bob's popped up. Hi Bob. Gail's just popped in. So just getting a few people in now. So as I say, if anybody is listening there, just drop your name in and I can then just say good evening to you all. Jim's just popped up. Hi Jim. And Peter. Hi Peter. Welcome to this evening's competition. So Ray, I like the comment that Jill's just put. Actually, Ray's on time is not going to join us 5 minutes into the event. Yeah, I've just noticed Doreen's just mentioned that Jan's watching. Hi Jan. Hope that you're keeping well up there in the colder part of the UK. I don't think you've got it quite as warm as we have. It's been about, well, I don't know what it has been actually today, 22, 23, something like that. So Sue's just said get up and go's gone. What is the most popular editing software across the club? Right, Paul, what we have done is Jill sent out an email asking people, and we've had roughly about half replies back. I haven't spoken to Jill about it in the last couple of days, but if Jill could put it down, what is the most popular, that would be appreciated if you can remember off the top of your head. So yes, hi Ireland. Hope it's warm in Ireland. Michael Hughes has popped up. Hi Michael, good evening to you. Welcome Cam. Caroline Oldham, good evening Caroline. I know you're a little bit later getting this than when I actually say it. It's about 30 seconds behind, so hence I see your comments a little while after I've actually asked the question. So if just notice Paul's comment there. If anybody is listening who hasn't yet sent back the information to Jill with reference to what camera you've got and what software you use for editing your pictures, could you please do so? Jill's just put still a lot of replies to come in yet. I mean, we ask the questions only because we can then work around what we're doing, and we know that by doing a certain thing within the club that we're not going to be doing it when nobody's particularly interested because they don't have that software or they don't have that camera. So I appreciate that in respect most of the questions and answers on software and cameras are very similar, but of course it's nice to actually be able to target it exactly at what members have got. So please do reply to Jill's email with regards to the what software have you got and what camera you've got. I'm not reading the comments at the same time because when I start reading the comments I start saying what I'm reading. Hi Neil. So Neil's popped in, so that's good. And Diva's popped up. Hi Diva. At the moment it's mainly Adobe, either Photoshop, Lightroom and Elements. So I know one or two people have got Luminar 4 now. I say a few, half a dozen, I'm not too sure. So that's another one. And just another person popped up. Hi Richard, welcome to Richard this evening. Hopefully we'll let you all see some great images this evening. And yeah, no Alan, it hasn't started. It's just the Dunholm Camera Club logo at this moment in time, simply because I have a few levels of images and PDFs etc. open on the screen, and so I want to go into them straight away once we've got going. So if anybody's listening and wondering why the main Dunholm Camera Club screen's on there, it's because it's a case of me having 2 or 3 layers open underneath. Hi Michael Hudston, welcome to you this evening. Few Affinity people as well, and Luminar and a couple of other ones. So yeah, we've got a bit of a mixture. But the main ones being Adobe. It depends what we've all got. Right, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm just going to transfer myself over so that you can see me. You should all be able to see me now. if I sit in the middle of the picture rather than out of it. So right, what about the software and editing programs and cameras? You all got an email from Jill a few days ago. If you would be good enough to reply to that with what type of camera you've got and what type of software you use for your editing, that would be greatly appreciated. So just drop Jill a line back and let her know what you've got as software, editing programs, and your camera type. So we're working on the 2021 program now, so we need to know just those few questions. Just read these one or two comments that's coming in. You're sending a few edited images to competition as has acquired a macro lens for a phone. Adobe Creative Cloud. I'm sure that Jill is just jotting down these few bits of information from Nick Can there. It's, you've got a rare collection there, by the way. Right, off we go. So a couple of notices just whilst the last few are popping up. If somebody could just if Graham could keep his usual numbers, because once again it's not showing proper numbers on my screen. So right, few notices. The camera alternatives competition that we've got coming up, it finishes on Sunday evening. Now apparently there's been a little bit of confusion. It's nothing to do with lockdown, so it doesn't have to be taken at home. You can have taken the picture anywhere on your walks, and even now on your drives. So you know, wherever you are, take a picture. Cannot be a camera, mustn't be a camera. It's got to be a phone, iPad, iPod, tablet, whatever you've got other than a phone. We even had one year, Steve, if I remember rightly, thanks for that, Graham, 25. Steve even did a pinhole camera. He made a pinhole camera and did a picture in that. So anything goes except for a camera. With this competition, it's like the farming one. It's very little manipulation. Basically, all you can do in the images is use something like Snapseed or a small program just to do a bit of sharpening, a bit of cropping, but do not add anything big. Do not take anything big away. In fact, don't add anything. If you've got a few sensor spots, then take them away. Spikes coming out of my head. Right, that's what they call hair at my age, Neil. The pinhole was Tom. Anyway, so the competition. Anything you want. Must have been taken though in the last 3 weeks since I announced the competition. So camera alternatives, final date Sunday evening. No major changes to the picture, just a bit of sharpening and this sort of thing. That's all. Because of the difficulty in getting the calendar for next year sorted and printed, what I'm going to do is leave that running until the end of June. That by then, as we all know, the 15th of June is when people can start going back to work in general, all shops, etc. So the printers will then be able to do something for us. So yeah, I've just seen Neil's comment. It's bits of cathedral behind me. Yeah, that's it. It's the banner for the Dunholm Camera Club banner. So images for the calendar. Keep putting your best images of Lincolnshire. That's Lincolnshire only into the external folder in Dropbox, and they need to be a 3:2 ratio. We will send an email out about that to the members that are not watching this evening, so but that's it. That's my notices, so I can tear that off and put it in the bin. So this evening we're going on to the Farming Through the Seasons competition, and the Farming Through the Seasons competition was judged by Tony Holden. And what I'm just going to show you first is, when we have any of these competitions, just make sure you have a look either at the sheet that you were sent out or the explanation sheet on the internet. I'm just going to get rid of myself, so let me just get rid of myself. There we go. So you can see things. Make sure you look at the explanation sheet for the potty comps, and that's in the members area in the website. A few of the images on this particular competition have been marked down because they haven't complied exactly to the rules on the sheet. So on this sheet here that you're looking at, we've got the open that we had earlier. It tells you all about it, the open digital, the step, stairs, doors, windows. And then we come to the farming one, the Farming Through the Seasons, digital only. And in red Jill did put, please note, this is a minimal manipulation round only. Now, whatever it says on these competition entry rules, the judge will get. So consequently, whatever you see, the judge will get as well. So he then interprets that to the best of his ability in what he's been told. So consequently, on this occasion, he's seen this note, please note, this is a minimal manipulation round only, and he has marked them down accordingly, some of them. So anyway, we'll get on without further ado, and we'll go straight into the images for the competition. And what I'm going to show you first is all of the images like you would in a normal competition, so that you can get your head round what you're competing against and what you're going to be looking at through the competition. So all I'm going to do is, at the moment, give you the title and show you the images. So this one's a bit of dragging. A time to reap. Abandoned farm. Achieves the steam engine ploughing. A Chili's, that's it. After the rape harvest. All mucked out. Autumn stubble at dusk. Baling at dusk. Combined harvesting. Contemplating. I'm sure Gail will tell us what sort it is. Drilling in the evening sun. Farmer filling up, ready for another run. Fertilizer spreading. Following the plough. Getting ready before the storm. Grazing cattle. Grazing. Harvest done. Harvest. harvested hops, harvesting at twilight, harvesting oilseed rape, hay baling by steam power, herd of Lincolnshire red, how it used to be, Humberside harvest, it's raining, Judgment Day, just finished the ploughing, ladies that lunch, lamb suckling, lavender en Provence, left from winter, longhorn cows with calves, missed the harvest, one head, two bodies, one man and his dog, ploughing as it used to be, ploughing time, ready for a busy day, rough pasture grazing, scarifying, seagulls mopping up, sheer joy, sheep shearing, slumber, spraying on the skyline, spring ploughing, suckling teat, sunset baler, the day's work is done, the last load of the day, the mystery of bees, the tractors of their day, time to clean out the shed, trying to go unnoticed, where has the driver gone? Who? Me? Yesteryear spiderweb hay turner. And that's your last one, so I'll just knock them all back to the beginning. Quick flick of the images. If you're photosensitive, look away. We get him there, we're nearly there. Down to the A's. Right. So what I'm going to do is read out the comments from Tony. The judge was Tony Holden, who is a farmer himself, funnily enough, and he is a judge. I believe, if I'm right, he's at RB Camera Club, I think, but he's from one of the other camera clubs local. He has judged the competition for us, and he's put some 2 or 3 liner bits of critique for you. So we will go on with this one. What I shall do as well, if I see something very obvious, then I'll drop that in as well, just to try and help you for another time to see things that you may not have noticed. So his critique is the important bit. Mine is just to try and help you a little bit. Just going to have a slurp. Right. The first one, a bit of dragging. Tony put, good clean image and nice movement on the tractor. A good effort. Yeah, as I say, he's just given a little bit of critique, that's all. So nice image in itself. What I would say is, though, that For me, I would have also have added, I would have liked to have seen you move to one side a little bit so that we're not looking dead straight at the front of the tractor, so that you're just looking a little bit at the side of the tractor, either one way or the other. Otherwise than that, if you'd really wanted to be very picky, get rid of the signs in the photograph and that telegraph pole at the back there. But otherwise than that, yeah, nice image. Nothing else to say about it really. That one got 16. The next one is a time to reap. This he's put, this is a great image, but with the added manipulation I've had to mark it down. That's all he's put in the comments. I think he should have put there what a superb image it is in its own right, because it is. It's let me take my mouse away. It's a very, very nice image. You can't say anything about it. It really does look nice. It's well presented. It's a good image. He only gave that one 14 on this occasion because of the manipulation. The next one, Abandoned Farm, and this one he said, interesting image, good to see the old mill in the back. I would have looked at toning the bright window down. So he's referring to this bright window here, just taking that down a bit so that it doesn't catch your eye. He's looked at all of the items within the picture. He's found the old mill there, and then all of the bits and bobs around the picture. For me, myself, yep, totally agree. Just that window, that's the point where you're drawn to. Possibly there's a little bit in the back here as well that we can see that's bright. The only thing that I would say, saying to tone the window down isn't quite as easy as said, because if you tone the window down, you would then have a very bright reflection on the floor that you would have to deal with. So it is an instance where by doing something to the window you would have had to have toned down the brightness in the floor as well. So a very difficult one, that I think personally. Very nice image. An Abandoned Farm got 16. Achilles, the steam engine ploughing. He's put, always good to see the old steam engines, brings back memories. So he's got the just a short bit of information there, but that's about it from him. This particular image, for me, you're in the right position. You're at a bit of an angle to the steam engine. We can see the three guys here. Three make nice. You've got a nice triangle there with the three people. Or even if you take the front wheel down to you've got a nice triangle there as well. So it all works well. If I'd deleted anything, I would just take that white board out there, whatever that white board is, just in the background to stop us seeing it. But nevertheless, a very nice image. That one got 16 points. Right, your next one is After the Rape Harvest. He's put, Tony's put, good shot of the rape stubble, but the image seems very flat and a little overexposed. So yeah, I can just see his point. It is, and it does look a little bit flat. I think dependent upon the program that you use, then a little bit of clarity or a little bit more contrast into the image would have just taken that mistiness away from it and gave it a little bit more humph. As for the image though, absolutely nothing that I can say take away from it or add to it. Great image. It's got tree nicely on the third, so we've got that there. We've got the level where the bottom of the tree and the buildings are and the hedge on the third, so it works really, really well. But I agree with Tony, a little bit of contrast, a little bit of clarity, just to make it stand out a little bit more. But a very nice image, and that one got 16 as well. The next one is All Mucked Out. All Mucked Out is Tony's put all mucked out and bogged down, work well in black and white, interesting detail on the trailer. So seems to have liked the image, and once again I can't say to add anything, take anything away. It works as it is. I think for me, if I wanted a little bit more doing to it, maybe a little bit of, once again, clarity or contrast, just to bring out a little bit more detail in this wood here. Sharpening an image doesn't always work because it tends to then overdo it. So a little bit of clarity or a little bit of contrast just to make it pop. Excuse me. That one Tony has given 16 points. Right, next one is Autumn Stubble at Dusk. He's put no comments on this one because this one's being held back. So we'll move straight on and deal with his comments on these later on. The next one is Bailing at Dusk, and it's good to see this author's actually started putting images in for competitions. It's good to see you getting some in some images into the competitions. So Tony's put good image of the bailing, but fighting with the lighting turning to mono help, but still a lot of glare. Yeah, I can see where he's coming from. Possibly you could have toned it just down on the brightness on this area here, but nevertheless you've got the working end, as you might say, rather than being at the front end and getting the picture as it came towards you. So you can see the working end here, so it works well. And I like the way that you've got the cathedral in the background as well. Nice little touch there. So nice little touch. That one gets 16 points. The next one is Combined Harvesting. This one I've got no comments on it because it's been held back as well. So we'll see that one again shortly. So we're on to Contemplating. Contemplating, Tony's put nice headshot of the sheep and good detail in the eye, not quiet tonight. So I think by that Tony means not quite got it in this competition tonight. But it is a good image. We've just got that eye that stands out, and the details in the head is absolutely spot on. Nothing to add or take away. It's all there. It's a great picture in its own right, and it would do, once again, it would do excellent in a different competition. You always have to look what's in the competition on the night. So just seen Martin pop in. Good evening, Martin. Welcome to this evening. So this one got 17. The next one is Drilling in the Evening Sun. So Tony's only put a one-liner on this one. He's put well caught, but coming over a little overexposed. So yeah, possibly so. Possibly just a little bit bright on the tractor. We're losing some detail in this central area, but I think it is just the tractor, the reflection, etc., that's making it, to me, look overexposed. A little bit bright, possibly in the foreground here. But once again, as an image, spot on, no problems. It's got all what it needs to have. So, you know, it is doing exactly what it says on the can. And drilling in the evening sun got 17. Right, the next one is farmer filling up, ready for another run. And Tony said, plays a big part in the frame, but not in my final selection. Sorry. So, I mean, when you look at this particular image, the actual depth of field in the depth of field. We've got a good depth of field, haven't we? The depth of field in the image photographically is great. We've got right from the front of the tyres here right through to the back. We can even see the guy through the cab, and he's you know, he's spot on clear as well. We couldn't do anything to the image. It's a farming scene, so the wires and everything that's in the sky, they're part of the image, so no problem with that. That one gets 17. The next one is fertilizer spreading, and this one's going to be held back. Tony held it back, so you'll see that one later, and the whatever is written about it. The next one is following the plough. Tony's put well seen and well taken. I don't know what filter you've used, but nothing in focus is sharp. No, sorry, I'll start again. You have used, but nothing in focus. Full stop. If sharp, would have scored more. Yeah, I can see what he means. There's a possibility that when you're taking a picture like this, you've got to be very careful that your focus point doesn't actually land on one of these birds, because if they just happen to, let's look for the center of the frame, this one here. So this one here, maybe if your focus point was in the center of the scene, then it may have logged onto that one, and hence the reason that the tractor's just gone soft. The foreground's not too bad, but I do agree with Tony on that one, that the tractor is just a little bit soft. Very good image though. I like the concept and the way you've got it with all the seagulls. Seagulls, there's no such thing as seagulls. All the gulls are following the tractor. So following the plough got 15. This one is getting ready before the storm. Yeah, Tony's put, yes, a nice lineup of tractors, but they look overexposed greens, especially, and it's not my monitor, as most images are fine. Yeah, it does look, there's a possibility that your camera's maybe on vivid when you took it. That's one thing that it could be, or possibly a little bit of tweaking in software afterwards has just enhanced the colours. But yes, the greens are just off a little bit for the John Deere colour. So otherwise than that, nice image, nothing to take away, nothing to add. Well caught, well seen. If you could have included more, or it's very, very difficult where to stop or where to start, but there might have been another 20 this other way. So, but a very nice image. That one gets 15. Right, grazing cattle. Grazing cattle, Tony said, always good to see cattle grazing and getting a bit of extra hay, but not strong enough tonight against other images. Yeah, it's a very nice image, and you've got good depth actually all along this line. You've got a good depth of field, and they're all sharp. interesting that the background goes up nicely, so it just stops you going off into a lot of sky, so that works well. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Nice image. That one, just extra point to, that one's got 17. The next one is grazing, and this is all the way down from Scotland, as you'll see from your sheets that Jill sent out earlier. This one, Tony's put nice headshot of the longhorn. Would have been nice to have seen a bit more, but still liked. Yeah, I do agree. We've got once again we've got a little bit of a milkiness over the image as well, and I appreciate that some of you don't do a lot of manipulation, but it's nice and clear in this corner, but a little bit of contrast, a little bit of clarity just to take that away, or a little bit of Bob's D haze would just help. That one gets 17 points. Harvest done. Tony's put nice shot of the vines and complemented by the sky, but not enough to hold my interest for too long. Yeah, I mean the actual image itself, we've got this lovely recession going from the dark to the light as it goes up. It has gone into silhouette at the front, so we can't see any detail in here, so consequently all, yeah, I see what Jill's just put, minimal manipulation. Yep. So all that we've got to look at is the poles and the last few bits of hanging hops, etc. But lovely colours to the sky there. That one gets 16 points. This next one, let me cross that one off. This next one is Harvest, and Harvest, Tony's put good shot of the sugar beet loader, but not sure what treatment you have put on it, but coming over a little bit soft. So yeah, it does certainly have a bit of a look about it treatment wise. Not too sure what, but yeah, overall it does just give you that impression that it's possibly had a filter or something on it, but nevertheless very nice image. You've got the sugar beet there, you've got what they're doing, so it works really well. That one got 16 points. The next one is Harvested Hops, and that one has been held back. The next one is Harvesting at Twilight, and that one's been held back. And the next one is Harvesting Oilseed Rape, and that one's been held back. I'll turn over the page, have a quick slurp. Right, number 23, Hay Baling by Steam Power. So Tony's put, good to see these demonstrating at these events, and always difficult to get in the right position, but a very good effort. Yeah, all of these images tonight are very well presented, and I'm not finding really a lot to jump up and down about. You know, you've got everything in that you need. You've got the steam engine driving it, you've got the works, you've got the baler working, so the whole system's there for us to know what it's on about. So can't add any more to it really. It's a nice clear image all throughout, nice and sharp from the steam engine right to the end of the baler here, so well done. Tony's given that one 16 points. The next one is Herd of Lincolnshire Red, and Tony's put good herd of Lincoln Reds. It's plain to see someone was around with a dog or food, because they have no interest in you, like the one peeping over the top. Yeah, it's unusual actually, because all of them are looking a different way, and so there's possibly somebody else walking up here moving where the author isn't moving. But then you've got just this one popping up in the middle looking straight at the photographer. On this particular image, the other thing that I would mention is the artifacts that we've got in the shadow areas here. It's coming through, I'll just zoom in there, it's coming through very grainy and noisy, so it may have been that it was on a higher ISO, hence the reason that the shadow area has really been pulled out and it's left the noise in these areas. So just be careful of pulling it out too much, rather leave it darker like these areas here. So, but a very nice image. Once again, that one gets 16 points. Right, the next one is How It Used to Be by Viv, and that one has been held back. The next one is Humberside Harvest, and once again Tony's like this one, he's held it back. The next one is It's Raining, and Tony's put, this is one I like, and you can see it's raining, but also looks like it has been worked on more than the competition's recommendation, so I've had to mark it down a little. Sorry if I'm wrong. And you've got 17 for that one. Yeah, nothing. Once again, it's such a close-up of the image that you can't add or take away. It is what it is, and it's got what it's got. So, but a nice image again. The next one is Judgment Day. The comments on Judgment Day. Yes, colours seem all wrong, and they all look like cardboard cutouts. Right. I think what it maybe is to me, and it's only me trying to make light of what Tony said, and it's possibly because we can see there's this sheet in the background. We can see the rail of a sheet, and possibly with them being against that sheet, it's just fooled the camera and just made it look a little bit odd. But he has marked that one down a little bit actually. It's 14 for that one. Right, the next one is Just Finished the Ploughing. So Tony's comments are, good shot of the Shire, just find the background a little distracting. Yeah, I think sometimes it's one of those things that as a judge you would like to see a very clean background with the ploughing in the background, and that's it. But as we can all see, this is at a ploughing competition, and as such we have people there. Yes, it's a little bit cluttered, but you know, we have to take that. So what we should look at and judge it a little bit more on, for me, and this is only me and I don't mean a thing, is the horse and this guy leading the horse. But nevertheless, lovely horse, love all the horse brasses and that, so very nice image. That one gets 16 points. Next one is Ladies That Lunch. I like the title. Tony's put, nice image of the cattle feeding and detail well kept, but not enough for this competition tonight. So basically when a judge says that, he's basically saying a very nice image, I can't particularly pick any spots off it, but as against the other images this evening, it's a a little bit not quite up to the others that are in the competition tonight. So it's strange that when I look at the image, and I can't see anything you could change or anything. I'm just going to make 2 points. One is this one's eye as it's looking downwards, which you just catch the white in the eye. And the other one is, I think I would have cloned that blue spring out up there just to stop the judge seeing it. He's not mentioned it, but it's just a little tip for another time for you. But that one got an extra point. That one's 17. Moving on quickly, lamb suckling, nicely taken, and lets you know spring is just around the corner. Well done, number 2. And of course number 2 is on the back of the calf, on the back of the lamb. So yeah, nice image, nice crop, nice square crop, and we've got the lamb suckling there. So good colours, everything's fine about it. So that one also gets 17 points. The next one is L'Avignon en Provence, and that one's been held back. The next one is Left from Winter, and I'll get through them a little bit quicker. Well, I've no need to, but Left from Winter. Tony's comments, is it left or is it feed? But I know it's a heap of sugar beet. That's nearly rhymes, doesn't it? But struggling to find the main focal point. Yeah, we always like to see a focal point in an image, something to rest our eye on, to save us searching and moving around the image and backwards and forwards and all this sort of thing. So I can see where he's coming from there, but still well seen. Very difficult to I've got to put my hand up and say I failed miserably on this one. I didn't enter any because I just hadn't. I looked through all of my stock pictures and just didn't have any pictures except for one that was in a competition about 10 to 12 years ago, so I didn't put it in. But this particular image gets 14 points. The next one, Longhorn cows with calves. Tony's put good shot of the cows and calves. It would have been a little better if the calves had been separated. Right, yeah, I suppose you could have run in the field and moved them about a little bit more. I'm thinking like a competitor now instead of a judge, aren't I? It's I'm being sarcastic really, sorry Tony. Yeah, I can see what he's saying. It would have been nice, a bit more separation, but we're given what we're given, and that's it. Nice colours, nice and sharp. That one got 16 points. The next one is Missed the Harvest. Potato, looks like a potato in some ice. Won't be a lot of good now, will it? And Tony put missed out on points also. This doesn't come over like a straight shot to me. Right. Now, I must admit, as you all know, I am a judge, but unfortunately, Tony, on this occasion, I don't follow you. I can see that's a potato in ice, and it's early in the morning, and it's got a frosty effect. Anyway, very nice image. That one, he marked that one down to 13, unfortunately. Next one, one head, two bodies. Comic shot here, but well seen. It's more frightening when they are born with two heads. Of course, Tony being a farmer, he's no doubt seen these things. Yep, very well caught. We've got the nice V of the backs and one head and two bodies. So well seen, well caught. That one got 17. The next one, one man and his dog. And Tony's put, yes, dog enjoying the ride and the tractor man enjoying the ploughing event. So yeah, nice shot. We've got the interaction with the driver as well. The old guy on the track, the old guy is probably younger than I am. And the old dog sat on his knee there. Good colours, nice and sharp. So that one got 16. The next one is ploughing as it used to be, and Tony's put, like the pair of horses ploughing, and I can understand him being red in the face, maybe a stop down. What he means by that is that overall the ground, the reds and the red in the face just look a little bit strong, so just a slight little bit of desaturation, or take your reds down, and it would have been a super shot. But nevertheless, still is a great shot, you know, nothing particularly wrong with it. That one got 17 points. The next one is ploughing time, and ploughing time, there's no comments because that one was held back. The next one is ready for a busy day, and Tony's put, not for working, only for visitors, good lineup. That one got 15 points. We've got everything in. We've just about managed to get the front of this combine bed in here, so it's very close, but nevertheless it is in. So possibly just a little bit bright, maybe just a half a stop or a third of a stop down, but nevertheless nice image. And as I say, that one got 15. The next one is rough pasture grazing. Tony put, another shot of the longhorn and enjoying the rough grazing. I see you have kept right side of the wall also. So yeah, it I must admit I'm not too bad with cows, but that when they've got horns it just puts you off a bit, doesn't it? So nice image again. I think like the other image, it does just look a little bit milky, so a little bit of dehaze, a little bit of clarity, contrast, something like that, just to make it pop. Nice image though. That one got 15. Scarifying. He's put, looks to me as if start again. Looks to me as if he has a set of gang mowers on rather than scarifiers. Caught well with all the grass coming away. Yeah, we can see him cutting the grass there, and we've just got the tractor in the right position so that it's moving into more space than it's coming out of. Nothing wrong with the image, nice and sharp, so nicely taken. Good colours, you know, the greens are just as you would imagine them to be. So well done on that one. That one got 15 points. The next one is seagulls mopping up, and he's put, I have to say this is my favourite, but with the extra manipulation again I have had to mark it down. 17 points. Yeah, absolutely superb image, isn't it? I think you'd all agree that that is a stunning image. It is a well manipulated image though in its own right, so consequently I can see where Tony's coming from on that one. So that one is very nice. Right, quickly onwards. Sheer joy. Tony's put, good record of someone cheering, but the sheep's fleece is well burnt out. Yeah, what he's referring to is the white section here, a little bit too over exposed, meaning burnt out. So yeah, just got this shot. Would have been nice to have seen the shears in the hand of the shearer though. That one got 16 points. Another shearing one, sheep shearing, that's Jim. Again, like the previous sheep shearing one, good record shot and meets the subject nicely, always a regular job. Yeah, turned it to black and white, makes it just look a bit different, and there he is doing his job. Nothing to take away, nothing to add. Just wonder whether it's pin sharp on the arm of the guy doing it, but not for me to say. That one got 16 points. The next one is Slumber, and that one was held back. Spraying on the Skyline. He's put, I'm not sure this works well in mono and seems very flat. Needs a little bit more contrast. Yeah, I can see why you've left the space behind, because we can see this coming out of here, but it's nearly equal to the space in front, so just make sure that you have a little bit more space. You could have chopped it off by there somewhere, so that would have just have given you a bit more space in front and behind then. Nice image though. That one got 14. The next one is Spring Ploughing, and that one was held back. The next one is Suckling Teat, and he put good detail shot of the calf suckling and like the way he has his eye on you. Yeah, nice image, well cropped in. That one got 17. Sunset Baler, good sky and good silhouette of tractor and baler, but too much solid black and sun very harsh. So maybe you could have just toned it down a little bit. Maybe you pushed it up, but that sun is quite sharp. Maybe if you could have just have hidden it a little bit more. That one got 16. The next one, the day's work is done. Does this mean he's left the tractor and trailer and gone home to have took the highlights down a little? This made a great shot, but still a good shot and nicely placed. Yep, nice image. It does what it's got on the can. You know, it's a nice image, wouldn't take anything away or anything. That one got 17 as well. Next one is the last load of the day, and that one was held back. The next one is the Mystery of Bees, almost like a patterned picture and mono work on this image, but not one for me tonight for what it's up against. And that one got 16. Just getting through these last ones before we break, a couple of minutes. Tractors of their day. Good detail in the shires, but just a little overexposed. Otherwise a great shot. Yeah, lovely and sharp, looks really good. 16 points. Time to clean out the shed. Sorry to say this again, but too much in processing results in the marking, and that one got 13 points. But once again, we know whose it is. Absolutely superb image, mate. Really, really good. Right, trying to go unnoticed. He or she will have to try harder next time because you noticed it and took evidence. Good details in the animal, but again up against some strong images, and that one got 14. Where has the driver gone? Your guess is as good as mine, but nice shot of the JCB and in good lighting. Yep, so that one got 15. Two more and then we'll be breaking. Who? Me. Yes, you. Whatever you did got the attention and maybe you are pleased. It's behind bars. Shame about the ear. Yeah, the ear cut across the bar, that's what he's referring to. Nice image though, 15 points. Yesteryear Spider Web Hay Turner. Gone but not forgotten, almost lost in the grass. Made a better job than some of this modern stuff. Yeah, that's a big one to what some of them are. I used to use them when there was 3 or 4 of the Turners. That one got 16 points. So I'll let you all get off whilst I get ready for the held back images, and if we can come back for 10 past, that would be appreciated. So I'll get the others ready for you and see you back at 8:10. Final night for clapping, isn't it? They're going to suggest it stopped after this, so